Hello everyone. You're about to hear a short recap of the film, Stroll. Enjoy watching. Gina woke up at 6 o'clock a.m. in her dingy and tidy apartment. She's a single mother raising a sick daughter named Arya. While giving her a bath, the girl complained that the teacher was bullying her because the family couldn't afford $40 for lunch. Yania raked in the dough, but she gave her last change to a disabled ex-alcoholic. Oh, she found the money for him, but she can't pay the rent. Janaya has to get paid today and pay the rent by 10 o'clock a.m. Otherwise the landlord will throw all their things out on the street. Ask them to turn down the music so their daughter can sleep at night. Hell no, no way. He's the one paying the rent. Janaya dropped her daughter off at school and waved to the surprised teacher. Then she went to work at the store. The store is packed with disgruntled shoppers. One of the cashiers is sick, so only 2 registers are open. Look at her, she's barely moving. One family wanted to pay for goods with their social security card. Janaya reminded them that it's forbidden, and then a man threw a glass bottle at her feet. A friend sympathizes with the wife and her sick daughter and offered some money for medicine. The woman hopes this difficult period will soon end. She'll study to be a nurse. They're sorry and business will improve. Suddenly the school called and accused Janaya of hitting her daughter. In fact, the sick girl simply fell in the bathroom. Boss Richard ordered the cashier to quickly return to the hall. But Janaya needs to go to school urgently. So your ass will be here in half an hour. I won't make it. Do you need it or not? Fine. Janaya also asked for her paycheck right now, but Richard sent her away. A woman ran into the bank to withdraw the last $40 from her card, but the ATM refused to dispense cash. She had to wait in a long line. Social workers arrived at Gina's school earlier. They were going to take the child away until they could conduct an investigation. The teacher said Arya was coming to school hungry and unkempt. Jenny explained that the girl was on a special diet due to an illness. Although there was no hot water or gas at home, Janaya still bathed her regardless. The decision had already been made, and she wouldn't be seeing Arya anytime soon. A tearful Janaya was about to return to work. Another driver nearly hit the woman and, enraged, threw a coffee cup at her. The man wasn't satisfied with that and rammed Gina's car. Afterward, the car refused to start. This vicious guy turned out to be a police officer. The cold-blooded white cop promised to smash her into the pavement next time. When his partner finally got rid of him, she learned that Jenaya's license was expired. I'm writing a ticket and confiscating the car. No please, I need the car quote. So the wife was left without a car and returned to the store completely shattered. She hadn't been at work for 2 whole hours. The boss was fed up with Jenny's excuse. He had fired the employee who hadn't given birth yet and at the same time refused to give her a check right away. According to the rules, he would send it later by mail. But Gina needed the money today. When the woman returned home, she found all her belongings outside in the pouring rain. The landlady carried out her threat. Gina became hysterical. She screamed at the top of her lungs. After recovering a bit, she returned to the store and began begging Richard to give her the check. Suddenly, 2 robbers burst into the office and ordered Richard to hand over all the cash from the register. They were about to take Arya's backpack with her medications, but Gina resisted. Eventually, she got the gun and shot the gunman. The second man fled. The boss began accusing the former employee of setting him up, claiming they were her accomplices. Richard called the cops and told them the employee had orchestrated the robbery. She knew him. Janaya, you knew him, rot behind bars. A few more words and Richard fell dead to the floor. Janaya shot the boss. She didn't touch the money, only took her check to cash at the bank. The branch was already closed, but manager Nicole took pity on the woman and ordered the security guard to let her in. By that time, the police had arrived at the crime scene. Detectives reviewed the surveillance footage. The killer was immediately clear. The only question left was whether the woman really participated in the robbery. Her friend denies her guilt. They said Janaya was a good person, She was just going through some hard times. They couldn't cash the check because Janiyah didn't have any identification. Then the woman placed a gun on the table. Cashier discreetly pressed the alarm. The manager confirmed to the police that they were being robbed and described the perpetrator. Then Nicole noticed that Janiyah had brought a bomb with her, although it was actually her daughter's school project. The detectives were going to inspect the killer's home when they received a tip that their suspect was robbing the bank. The tellers pulled out all the cash, even though the woman had simply asked them to cash her check. She only needed her $500. Meanwhile, Nicole was trying to get the client to the publication. Quote, "Excuse me. Yes, I don't know what's wrong with her. Could you please quote?" While Janiyah was trying to figure out why the teller was crying, the bank was surrounded by police cars. One of the customers tried to grab the gun, and when that failed, he ran out into the street with a security guard. Janiyah is waving the gun, yelling, and can't understand why everyone is acting so weird. There's a bank robbery on TV. A dangerous criminal killed 2 people before it. Detective Raymond volunteered to be the negotiator because she's a woman. And what makes you think that'll work? She was robbed by a man, she was framed by a man, she killed a man. Janiyah is surprised why there are so many police around. After all, she just came to cash her check. Meanwhile, the woman continues to hold the bank employees at gunpoint and yell at them. "No one ever helps me, I do everything myself. Every day, I do everything myself." Raymond asked to at least release the hostages, but Janiyah just hung up on her. She got her $500 and asked for $40 of it to be given to her daughter because she doesn't think she'll leave here alive. That aggressive cop would definitely shoot her. He promised her so. Janiyah ordered the blinds closed and began to consider what to do next. The old men were furious with the robber. They would do anything to avoid working. The couple gave up on her and simply walked outside. After that, Janiyah ordered the doors closed. The fake bomb began beeping. The police were waiting for the bomb squad to arrive. Janiyah deactivated the bomb and everyone around exhaled. Then, she dragged a chair over and ordered everyone to sit. Janiyah told Raymond about her hard life, how she lost her job and home. The cashier broadcast Janiyah's confession online from her phone. This is how the whole country learned about her story. The woman also admitted that she was afraid of the angry cop who would definitely kill her. After ending the conversation, Janiyah turned off all the security cameras. Meanwhile, Tessa tried to escape. However, she forgot that the door was already locked. She's trying to understand why everyone's treating this woman like a murderer now. Nicole led Janiyah into her office and showed her a photo of her family. She has kids too. By the way, maybe it's time for the woman to stop. If she surrenders now, Arya will have time to wait for her mother after prison. Okay, but only after they take out that evil cop. FBI agents arrived at the bank building. Janiyah's support group had gathered there that evening. They apparently don't care that she killed an innocent man. But how the hell did those bastards drive her to this? I understand there's no way to get away with it. The FBI chased the cops away. They're taking control of the operation. Janiyah complained to the hostages that she didn't even have air conditioning at home. Grandma pointed out that she was born in the 1940s. She somehow lived without air conditioning her whole life, and in far worse conditions than the criminal. Janiyah told her daughter how seriously ill she was and asked the bank manager to take Arya with him when she was taken to jail. She learned that her grandmother had diabetes, so she quickly let her go. Outside, a crowd joyfully chanted for Janiyah's freedom. An FBI agent called the criminal and harassed her. The woman lost her temper again, and then the bomb started beeping again. Everyone panicked, they were about to blow up, but Janiyah managed to turn off the device. My daughter made it for the science fair. She's pissed me off, it's not the bosses. Janiyah was very surprised. And why did everyone think she brought a bomb with her? Tessa asked to go to the bathroom and left a message for the cops saying the bomb was fake. And her boss was planning to hide the truth. The bomb was the only thing that had kept the police from storming the house and Janiyah from getting a hole in the head. Meanwhile, detectives figured out who rammed Jenny's car today. The cop got punched in the face and was ejected from the parking lot. Raymond told the woman she didn't have to be afraid anymore. But Jenny had demanded that they send her a photo and tell the whole world what a jerk he was. Even though Jenny had already agreed to surrender, the FBI decided it was time to storm the bank. Raymond disobeyed and ran to the bank. She handed Jenny the phone so she could look at the cop's photo. They hadn't lied to her. The woman immediately allowed all the hostages to leave the bank. Only Nicole was left to walk out with Jenny. Will you visit me in prison? Yes, I promise. Don't forget to give my baby $40 for lunch. Of course. Suddenly, Jenna's mother called and asked her to calm down. Her daughter was dead. Arya had a seizure yesterday, and the woman took her to the hospital. In fact, today Jania woke up alone in her bed. She hadn't bathed anyone this morning and was talking to herself on the way to school. That's why the teacher looked at her so strangely. Back then at work, she'd only imagined she'd received a call from the school. The moment Jania realized Arya was gone, SWAT began storming the building. The criminals ordered her to put her hands up and a second later opened fire. The officers dragged Nicole aside and surrounded the woman's dead body. In reality, this was another of Genia's fantasies. The bank manager persuaded the woman to go outside with her and surrender to the police. The criminal walked backwards toward the cops until Raymond handcuffed her. The gathered crowd applauded her as she left. Richard's family was not seen among them. Thanks for watching, friends. See you in the new video.